Hey everyone, we are about 1 week away from Oren and Leikan's Ancient Summoning Banner. Both are amazing units. Oren is new and game-breaking. I'm super excited, but I'm also frantically searching for Ancient Shards anywhere I can find them. I made a quick list I'm going to share with you guys of places in the game where you can find Ancient Shards, and I do hope it helps you guys out. First place we're going to go is Honor's Gauntlet. I was super excited when this mode came out, but it's hero intensive, it's a time sink. I get why a lot of people don't do it. It will yield about 2 to 4 ancient shards before the Oren and Lycan banner ends, between the match completion chests, the match win chests, and the achievements associated with Honor's Gauntlet. The next thing we're going to look at is Void Rift. Luckily, we're going to get 2 resets of Void Rift, bosses, the shop, etc. before the Oren and Lycan banner ends. If you're doing Nightmare Void Rift, you're going to get 2 ancients per reset, so that's 4 ancients total. Very valuable. Next, we're going to look at Void Rift Epilogue. This is very in-game stuff. I'm going to blitz through it. They added stage tags. You click on the stage tags, makes the stage harder, and then you get the reward associated with the points that you selected in the stage tags and you completed the stage with. And you get 1 ancient for the 3rd milestone chest and 1 ancient for the 4th milestone chest. There are 10 ancients total in Void Rift Epilogue, but they are all hard to obtain. Even if you can only get the 3rd milestone chest on one of these bosses, it's still 1 extra ancient. All it takes is one, I mean, those are gambling words, but it's definitely worth looking into, even if you can only complete one of those. Next, we're going to go to Tower of Deception. There are 7 ancient shards in Tower of Deception. You have 1 for each boss above stage 10. For stage 10 and stage 5, you only get 15 fragments of ancient shards for each of them. So you got 1 total between those stages, and you have 6 total between the rest of these stages. And those are all base completions. You don't need to add any hard modifiers. Those are just clear the stage, 1, 1, you get the ancient. Very valuable stuff. Just go as high as you can in the Tower of Deception. Hopefully it yields some ancients for you. Next, we're going to go into Malric's Halls of Illusion. They added background fights for this. They optimized some of the placements for the monsters for some of these stages. If you can just go in and complete these as often as you can, it will yield some ancients. It's going to vary person to person based on rarity and rank of these. But if you have some extra time in your day, you want to do a couple of these, I think it's going to be very valuable for you. Next, we're going to go on to bosses. Now, this includes Drake's Chasm. Do the highest stage you can, highest damage you can get. Maybe you'll get some fragments for ancients. Maybe you'll get some ancient shards if you're lucky. Very inconsistent, but sometimes people get lucky. Now, you got Titanic Ruins as well. APOC 1, APOC 2, and Matrix. These are more consistent with ancient shards. Do the highest damage you can for each of these stages. It'll yield more ancients the higher damage you get. And I get about 5 to 10 a week based on the damage I do. Very valuable. Next is going to be Guild War. Inconsistently, you get fragments for ancients in Guild War. It helps your guild out when you do Guild War, even if you're just doing these extra stages right here, these bot guards. It'll still help you out. Still very valuable. Next, we're going to go into events. There are base events like Brave Conquest. Brave Conquests give you 2 ancients per Brave Conquest. And then there's other limited time events like Zombie Invasion, where certain quests will give you frags for ancients. And then there's also quests like Matchup Master, Fishing Master, stuff like that, that will also give you fragments for ancient shards, and sometimes whole ancient shards. The next thing we're going to go into are Odyssey quests. I have an ancient right here sitting in the Odyssey quests. Other people are lower in Odyssey quests, other people are higher. This is going to vary considerably. But just look at your Odyssey quests again, see how high you can get. Maybe it gives you 1 to 2 ancients before the banner ends. Maybe those ancients have Oren in them. Who knows? Definitely worth looking into, all jokes aside. Now, next we're going to go to achievements. There's achievements on the stage 15 faction trials. There's achievements on the stage 18 faction trials. There's achievements for getting legendary lords of different factions. Each of them have ancients in them. If you can complete any of those, look at your faction trials, see how close you are to another lord. See how close you are to one of the achievements where you need lords from different factions. Maybe you have a selector card still. Maybe you think it's worth using on getting Alea if you don't have a watch guard lord, stuff like that might help you out. Next, we're going to look at the Magic Rainbow Surprise, which is so funny for me to say, but if you've been doing your fishing and you've been doing, your shipments and you've been doing your cooking, you'll have some Magic Rainbow Surprises saved up. Now, you will need some of these for Odyssey quests, and I know that's annoying that you have to save them for so long, but if you have a couple extra that you don't need for quests or anything like that, use them. You do have a chance at getting an ancient. I think it is worth it. Next thing we're going to look at is Dwarven Association, the shop. Now, sometimes you'll get ancient fragments in here for diamonds. I don't recommend buying those. Those are not worth it at all. You'll get 2 each week for the guild shop. For arena, you'll get 1 ancient right here. I think it's platinum 2. And you'll get 1 right here that is overlord. You'll get 2 ancients right here that are for overlord rank. I know it's difficult for people to get to overlord, but if you can get to platinum 2 and get this 1 ancient, I think that's definitely worth it. For the Apex coins, you'll get an Apex crystal chest each week for 20 coins. If you get it, maybe you get lucky, maybe you get some ancient fragments or an ancient shard. Definitely worth looking into. I would never buy the ancient summoning crystals for these coins ever. Save up for Lady Alexandra until you get her, and then look at getting her soul stone, all of that different stuff. There's one in the Awakening shop. I don't recommend buying this. I recommend saving up for soul stones that you may need. That's all I'm going to say about that. And then one thing that I'm going to sort of complain about. Immortal Codex is not going to reset before the Oren and Leikan banner. It will reset on Tuesday after the banner. So you're not going to get your 10 ancients from Immortal Codex, which is very frustrating, I understand, but hopefully these other areas of the game might help make up for that. And then the last area we're going to look at really quickly is campaign. If there are some campaign stages you haven't completed that will give you ancients, look to see if you can beat them. There's a guide for about every hard campaign stage out there, every difficult campaign stage out there. If you need help with one, look up a guide for it. Definitely worth looking into. Every ancient counts. Like I said, all it takes is 1. I know those are gambling words, but anything helps. So I hope this video helped you guys a little bit. Even just a little bit is enough. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day.